Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Coffee Talk Productions. In this week's video we're going to be jumping in and doing the intercooler piping and the intercooler on the R32. As you've seen from the thumbnail, we went down, we got a whole kit from Just Jap, and we've got the whole kit and caboodle there to be able to get it all hooked up and get it ready to go. So let's jump into it. This is both of our first times looking at this, because I have not seen it yet. Ooh. I haven't seen one so straight before. And here's the actual intercooler pipes. Pipes, clamps, rubber and an invoice. Yep. Just about the only brand new part that's going on this car. I think. Yeah, no, pretty much the only brand new part that's going on it. So firstly I'm just going to mock up the pipes so I know 100% where each one of those pipes goes. Thought I was going to be running a J pipe, which is one that goes from here straight down and around, like the Stagia has. It has the blow-off valve on there and has all that stuff there. What's going to be easier for me to do is to run the stock pipe from here to there, and then we run this basically sort of, I guess, similar to a J pipe sort of thing that goes from there all the way down through into the intercooler and back up and around. But you'll begin to see how that goes together as we put it together. Alrighty, so this is that stock pipe that I was talking about that we're still going to end up running, just because it has the blow-off valve on there. I don't really have to worry about it, so that's going to go there, roughly. This big long piece is going to tuck into a hole that's poking out the bottom and the inside in there, like that. We have these two pieces, like this one goes over here, down there into the intercooler, and this one goes from the intercooler back up into a hole on the inside there, and they're all pretty black. Very nice. So nothing I've tried seems to work, unfortunately. I even tried referencing the black 32, but it seemed to have something completely different going on. That I can't seem to replicate. So I have to play around with it, maybe look up how other people have done it and see what I can figure out. Alrighty, so I jumped online, had a look at a few ways that a few other people have been doing it. Seems to be the main way that people do it is they run a support from the front of the chassis out to the intercooler, either bolted on or welded on. Now my car has one of those and it's welded on, and on the other side unfortunately there's been an impact that's preventing me from putting one in. So rather than just running on one lower mount, which is I would not recommend anyone do, I'm going to be making a sort of support bar for the top. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So the support bar from the top is just going to run from this bolt here, which is on the intercooler, across to this one, which is under there, one straight bar, and then there'll be a T intersection that'll just sort of come out and go up and go onto that location there. Just going to make some out of some flat bar or right angle bar, and yeah, we'll see how we go. I'll do from here is I'll get the exact middle of this bar and mark that out, get a hole in the middle there, and then we'll use one of the brackets that the kit itself actually came with, and it'll just go to the single hole at the top there. This is more than sturdy enough to hold the intercooler. And then at the track and all that sort of stuff, if I end up needing to take off bumper and this, then it'll be a lot easier. Yeah, and then it also means that rather than there being 2 bolts to get it undone on the top, it's just undo that one, and then it will just fall down or go down. Yeah. Sick. Alrighty, so I've bashed out this little S-bend piece here to go on there, to hopefully bring it out enough to be able to push it diagonally down that way. That's the bumper on. I'm just now realising that this is not the centre of the car, which is a because it's basically how I've been lining the entire intercooler up. Yep. Alrighty, so I've slapped this thing together as best I can for you guys to look at right before we end the video out. I've got to end the video soon because I've still got to edit and get it all ready and upload tomorrow while I'm at work. And I'm running out of time here and daylight. We're going to start running out of daylight very soon. So keep in mind this is as rough as it could possibly be at the moment. Like, the intercooler is being held in with 1 bolt. The piping is not done up and it's really not finalized. This is just very roughly how it'll sort of go. And in fact, the front of the turbo doesn't have the piping on it. It's really just the intercooler piping and from, you know, past the actual intake of the turbo. So bear that in mind before I show you. But here's how the intercooler piping will sort of look on the R32 when we're done. Alrighty, so this is the bumper we'll actually be running on the car when we're drifting it, mainly because it's a JSI Aero bumper, one that we don't really care about and I'm not too worried about if I ride off on a pole or something like that. So yeah, going to be running that rather than the expensive genuine one we've got over there. But anyway, intercooler is sitting in the right place other than the fact that it's not centered, it's slightly off this way. I didn't realize that this part there wasn't actually in the center of the car. This would be a good marker for the center of the car, not that. But anyway, I'll fix that just by essentially twisting that and having that mounted over there, and then I will take that bottom strut off on that side and replace it with 2 to go across there, so it's being supported from both at the bottom and then that one at the top to those 2 supports there. As far as the intercooler piping goes, so from intake of turbo, so air goes in there, or like through the first parts of piping and then in there, and then we'll be whirled around the turbo, up and out of here, in through there, down there, through this pipe, through the intercooler itself, out here, that's not connected, but yep, in that comes up and through there, up here, all the way around, into the intake, into the engine, into the back side of the turbo, out the hole, out the exhaust. So that's how our intercooler piping is going to run. Didn't really leave myself enough time this week to get it all done and make it look good, so I'm kind of cutting this video short, but yeah, it's looking good. With all that being said, guys, that brings us to the end of this week's video. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to chuck the camera down and put all this stuff away, go inside and edit before I run out of time completely. Catches.